pause.
Okay.
Welcome.
Hi.
Welcome back. Parry Talks. This is episode... Shit, it could be episode anything.
It's episode 1 of them.
Don't confuse the audience.
It's one of the episodes.
We've been through a lot so far. If you've been listening so far, we have been through a lot. A lot of good conversation. But today I think is going to be a special one. I think we're in for a big one.
Aww.
We've got... I don't even know. How would you introduce yourself? Just Louisa? Louisa?
Louisa. My name is Louisa. I DJ under Isa. I DJ. I run Athletica, which is a club night at IKEA Singsong and a radio show on Nomad Radio. And I also present on FBI Radio.
Done. That was going to be my first question because it always wigs me out. I say like Isa, but then Louisa. Like it feels so weird.
No, it's super weird. This isn't a name that I came up for myself. It was a nickname given to me by an ex-boyfriend. And I was desperately trying to come up with a DJ name. My original DJ name was Pop Rocks. Yeah, I know. Pop Rocks, yeah. Well, because the stuff I wanted to play was really like energetic and poppy and whoa and ba ba ba. But Pop Rocks is a name of an actual like thing that already exists. Ooh.
That's fine. We can cut that out. Just compress it. Shout out the compressor.
Cool. Shout out the compressor and shout out whoever's doing construction. Anyway. Yeah, my original DJ name was Pop Rocks. But I don't know. I didn't know if I wanted to. I went through like an identity crisis. I just wanted to have something that wasn't as like specific of a name.
Yeah.
And Isa was like a nice name that someone had given me. Not Isa, because it would have made sense to be like Louisa, Isa.
Yeah.
But no, it's Isa, and I like it, and I've stuck with it.
It's sick. I just did a cardinal sin though.
Oh, did you?
I asked an artist or DJ, whatever, how they got their name.
Oh my god, is that a cardinal sin?
I promised to never do that on here.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah,
well,
here we are.
You already have. You can cut it out. You can edit it out in post.
There's a thing about Parry Talks.
Oh.
We don't edit shit. This is unedited.
Oh god.
Don't accidentally say something.
Everything.
When did we first meet?
Oh my
Joe,
god.
I'll tell the story.
No, you tell it. Yeah. That's not an actual question, but please, sir, continue.
I reckon it was Coda Banks.
It was Coda Banks.
I was so out of my comfort zone.
Oh my god. I was so excited. That was my first time seeing Coda live.
That was such a sick... That was when I realised, like, Coda's got it.
Coda's got it. For those playing at home, Coda Banks and NLV Records... Ex-NLV Records, Tiny? Can I talk about that?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, it's public.
It is public?
It's public.
Okay, yeah. She was with NLV Records, and I think she's now with Sony, but she's still doing
Which
stuff
is awesome,
with Swick.
yeah.
And her and Nina have been doing things I've seen on Instagram
From what
stories.
I've heard.
Nina Geraci. And she's a pop vocalist and just has amazing taste in music and is an incredible performer, and I love her so much.
This is a call out. Hey.
Yeah, call out to Coda. Call out to NLV.
Get right here. Imagine
Call out
NLV
to
on
Swick.
here.
Oh my god. My head would explode.
Yeah.
I think.
Dude, that show was so fun.
I remember so fun.
Sandro went to Nina and was like, oh, hi, this is Sandro, whatever. And I was like, yeah, nice to meet you.
Yeah.
And then Sandro's like, what dance music do you listen to, Parry? I was like, oh, just house and stuff. It's like, oh, you should meet Louisa. I'm like, oh.
Really?
That's how it worked.
Oh my god, actually?
Yeah, and I was like...
That's so interesting.
Because then I went and saw James Pepper at Flinders after that night.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
That's
interesting. Okay.
I know.
That's so funny.
Because what I've come to know you as is someone that's pushes a bit further the boundary of electronic music than like house music.
Yeah.
I'd say. And to be introduced to you as that, I think is a bit harsh, to say the least.
Oh, no, I don't know. The stuff that I play is all over the place.
Yeah.
The stuff that I play, the things that I really, really like playing, it's normally really high energy. It's kind of left of center. It's really fun and bouncy and all over the place because, I don't know, I like so many different genres and so many different textures and sounds. And the thing that really excites me about DJing is that I can take all of these different rhythms and textures and colors and feelings and ways to dance to things and mush them all together and find common threads and sort of sew them into something that's cohesive and interesting and fun and exciting. Yeah.
And present them to audiences.
Yeah. The thing that I love about playing sets, the thing that I love about the specific style of set that I like to play is when I first started everything. I'm just going to talk now. Is that okay?
No, I'm happy to. I'm listening.
Okay. Yeah, when I first became interested in everything, I didn't know that any of this was here. Like, I didn't know anything about Sydney's music scene or where to go or any of the underground stuff. I was introduced to it by, like, a couple friends and by an ex, and I was like, oh my God, what?
Yeah.
Huh? And all the stuff I was going to was, like, stuff that was very house heavy, it was very, like, techno heavy, and it was very, like, 4/4 beat consistently throughout the whole night. And
you can hardly tell the song changes. It's just doof, doof, from the moment you walk into the moment you walk out.
Yeah, and like I think it's less so now, especially in like the warehouse scene where like breakbeat and a lot of other like elements are coming in, which is really interesting. But at the time, it was like very 4/4, and that was cool, and I really liked it. But there was only like one specific way to dance to it.
The two-step.
Like you can like go side to side, or you can like do a little like whatever, but there wasn't a lot of like variety in that.
Yeah.
And I didn't find that as interesting. But then one day I went to Sidechains. I went to a Sidechains, and you mentioned Sandra before. Sandra was playing, and I walked in, and all of a sudden it was like before there had been maybe like 3 colors in the crayon box, and now like not only was it every single color in the rainbow like crayon box, but all these different textures and everything was being thrown at the wall, and it was flowing through and it was ridiculous. It was suddenly like all of these different textures and rhythms and exciting things happening all at once, and I was like, this is it this is it this is what I was looking for, this is what I wanted. And it was so great.
The easiest way I feel like I'd try to describe that music to people that are so used to just house or techno, it's like it's chaos in the best way possible.
Yeah.
It's just a circus, and like in the most beautiful way possible. I feel like the thing that I'm so attracted to in that world, not that I listen to it that much, is how quickly people mix. Yeah. It's like a beat drop and then bang, it's like the next one. Yeah. Drop, whereas like house they just get away with doing like 1.5 minute mixes.
Yeah.
Of
and
like,
those are like those are artful as well. Like you have to be able to be so precise, and you need to, well, I don't know. I DJ so many different styles, because not only do I do the things that I love, I feel like I'm being mansplaining right now. No, I need to not be self-conscious. Anyway, the thing, it's so exciting to be able to need to know all these different kinds of mixing and be able to like zoom through them and figure out things straight away. And I'm sorry, I interrupted you. Anyway, go on.
That's fine. I was just about to ask, where did this begin? So like you're talking about before. Yeah. Before your introduction even to like dance music, where did that initial music, like, hang on, music is sort of cool, stem from? Or did it trigger once you went to Sidechains the first time?
Well, the thing is, I never thought that I was going to be in music. I knew that I like loved things that were creative, and I knew I loved like performing, and I've never had stage fright or anything like that, so I was in like school plays and stuff. Hey, I'm not gonna max out the microphone, I promise. I've never like stage fright or anything, so I've always been very like, whoa. But I never knew that music specifically was a thing that I really wanted to do. Like I listened to bands and stuff in high school, but it was less like, I hear stories about artists who are like, yeah, when I was really young, I was on all of these blogs and knew absolutely everything, and I was diving deep into this and that and this and that. Whereas, I don't know, I like would find one band that I really loved, and then I would just listen to literally everything from that band. So I like, my high school days are like in phases of different bands that I loved, or like maybe an album like Channel Orange by Frank Ocean is in there, but also like at one point I just dived deep into Green Day, or like I dived deep into like the Arctic Monkeys, but it was never like I'm a selector who knows all the best music that's happening right now. Selector. I was always like nervous that I didn't know what was going on. Like I would always like try to put on Triple J in the car, where Mum was like, oh no, I wanted to listen to like Smooth FM, and I'd be like, no Mum, I want to know what's going on. I always felt like anxious about not knowing what was going on, and like I still feel that to an extent, but I don't know, when dance music clicked was when I sort of, I was sort of introduced to parties that were happening in Sydney with this music, and that was relatively recent. That was like 3 years ago.
Shit.
So I was like, oh, this is
it.
This is it. This is something that I love.
I love how everyone I've spoken to, and me myself, has that moment where you walk into a club, a certain event, and it's like, I found it. Like, finally.
Yeah, genuinely. And like the thing that I love about dance music in particular is that, like, I don't know, I could have been on the blogs and I could have been like diving deep into dance music like by myself when I was a kid, or, you know, being a road cunt and going to parties underage, but I didn't know how to do that.
You can't swear on here.
Oh no, I can't.
I'm joking.
Oh. You swore before! Parry! Swear to God! Anyway.
Sorry if you're listening on headphones. Sorry about that. Just blew someone's head off. It's cool though.
But yeah, the thing that I love about dance music is that, like, I could have found all of this stuff when I was like in my room on my laptop, but I feel like almost all of it is designed to be experienced as a collective, and like it's designed to be a thing that you walk in and you can experience with like 100, 200, 1,000 other people. And it's like, I don't know, a track is going to sound so much better blasted through speakers, selected by a DJ, mixed into something else, surrounded by 100 other people who are having an amazing time, or not having an amazing time, or just feeling something.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it's something that's designed and necessitates community.
Oh my God.
Which is
literally stole the words out of my mouth.
Yeah, it's something that necessitates community, and that's something that, like, I could goddamn cry about. I think it's so beautiful and it's so wonderful that we have this thing that is tailor-made to be gathered around, and for people to come and feel whatever they need to feel and meet whoever they need to meet, and just, I don't know, have a release and have an experience. And that's so cool to me. So I'm kind of glad that I discovered it in the context, in that context. Perfect context. Yeah, I'm glad I discovered it in the place that it was meant to be.
Exactly.
And I think that's really cool. And yeah.
That's what I totally agree as well, because I wasn't that into dance music before I turned 18. And then I accidentally got forced along to some events. And I was like, I get it now. Yeah. Because I was just sitting at home on SoundCloud. It's like, this is 7.5 minutes of like the same drums. Like a sample comes in and there. And then there's some random chords that come in. It's like, okay, cool. Yeah. But I went out and I was like, and this is unreal.
And especially when you first go out, like when you don't know, you have no frame of reference. So like, every time the DJ like drops out the bass and then brings it back in, you're like, what's going on?
Just start,
like it's just like you have such like a pure, unadulterated like excitement and joy for that. And like, if you're lucky, you can just keep feeling that. If you find what like really speaks to you, you can just keep feeling that, and that's so cool.
Yeah, that
makes me so happy.
I always try to describe dance music as it's fundamentally communal. And I'm always attracted to music genres that are communal. So that's like hip hop, dance music. Welcome. Because I find it so hard to consume dance music without the community.
Yeah, I mean, like, listening to mixes are really fun, and like dancing in your room is really fun. But yeah, being able to go out and hear the music that you love played by people who know how to put it together is just like next level.
And there's nothing better than going out, seeing someone you know, sort of. Like that you see at every event and you're like, oi. And then everyone, you just like, you think like, hey, I love you. Like, we got this.
It's like, I made some of my best friends through music. I've made almost all of my really close friends through music. And it's just,
I have no close friends in music.
You don't? You do?
Not really. But all my friends like the same music. They're just punters. I hate that word, but you know what I mean.
But no, like that's I think that's like the same though. Like,
yeah, it is exactly the same.
But like people who like go out and dance are just as important.
Even more important.
Dude, like I don't know, if no one was there dancing, the DJ's playing to no one, and who gives a shit about that? Like, and also I don't know, playing to no one is something that everyone has to do at some point. But also, it's
just keeping it.
It's all part of the community. Yeah. It's all like within the community.
Yeah, it's unreal.
Yeah,
I love that shit.
That's like without that, it's just a bunch of people playing music and then someone else waiting to get up and play the next song. Like you need people to dance.
How good's music?
So good.
So you've walked into the club, you've fallen in love. When did you realise I want to be involved beyond the...
So that was interesting because the person who like introduced me to like all of this stuff...
Give him a shout out if you want.
No, that might
be fine.
Weird. It might be weird. Hey, I know you're not watching this, but that's okay. But yeah, they introduced me to all of this stuff, and then like I realized that was going to be ending, and I was like, I don't want to leave because they like I knew about all of this stuff through them. They're taking me everywhere, so I was like, well, I need to be able to do this on my own 2 feet. So I was like, what's at the center of everything that I know that is cool? What's at the center of it, and everything that I know that is interesting and exciting and important? And it was.
Oh, good. Just keep going, don't worry. No one can really.
And everything that was important and exciting, FBI was at the center of it. Yeah. And I was like...
Wow, that was the most beautiful segue I've ever... I didn't even have to put it on.
Yeah. FBI, like, I was listening to FBI and I was just in love. I was just intoxicated and in love with everything creative that was happening in this city. And FBI seemed to just have all of these people that were doing really interesting and exciting things, and all these people that I respect were on the station. I was listening to them every day, and I was like, I want to see what I can do here. So I applied to FBI. I started going out. I hit up friends that I knew were like going out to warehouse parties sometimes, and I would just go to everything I could. If I heard about a gig on FBI, I'd be like, ooh, I'd like write it down on my phone. I was like screenshotting songs all the time to be like, what's this? I need to know. So I joined FBI. I was going out all the time with friends, and then the moment that it clicked, I was like, maybe I want to DJ. I was like, that was like dancing around in my brain a little bit, but I was like, oh no, but the dude I used to see as a DJ, man, that's weird. I don't know. But then I just walked into Frida's. I was like, I think there's something
Frida's
on.
is just there,
Frida's is just down like a block that way. And 82 was playing as part of Rimbombo. Yeah. And I was one of those weirdos up the front just staring at the desk. Like the thing is also because I had no frame of reference for how to act. Yeah. Like I had like on top of just like base overzealousness and like no idea about social etiquette. I was so excited and just didn't know what was like. I just had no boundaries.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, this is fine. I'm
still an asshole about that stuff.
Yeah, so I was like, this is fine. And
hang on, I'm gonna go sort that out.
Okay, go. I'm just gonna be here. No, wait. What were we talking about?
FBI.
Oh yeah. No.
No, we're talking about boundaries.
Oh yeah. I just like had no boundaries. Anyway, I've learned them now, which is great. But I was standing up the front.
I refuse to learn boundaries.
Oh my god, learn boundaries, Parry. It makes people so much more comfortable.
I'm the person. No, I'm not an uncomfortable sort. I don't go behind nothing. Yeah. But I'll peek over and see what track's next.
Oh my god.
And like if it's the one next, I turn around to my mates like, next one is it. Like I remember at Skin on Skin, I saw Multiply come on next. I turn around to Pat. I'm like, it's happening, and we're all like preparing. Like, okay.
It's ready.
Okay, let's get around.
It's on its way. Oh my god. Well, yeah.
You're one of those people at Freitas.
Well, I was just standing at the front. I was just watching 80.
Yes.
I was just watching 80 mix and feeling how great the energy was in the room, and everyone was there and having a wonderful time. And I was like, I want to do this. Yeah. Like, this is something that I think I could do, and I think I could be good at, but I don't know. I just want to do it, and I was just like, yep, I'm gonna figure out how to be a DJ. I'm gonna decide I'm gonna be a DJ. And then obviously like I had that aha moment going to Sidechains, and I was like, after that I was like, this is the music that I want to play. Yeah. But yeah, I had some savings and I blew them all on a controller, and I just sat at home and obsessed for ages. Yeah. And I didn't know how to do anything. The first mix I didn't know that the BPMs on each track have to be the same. So I was just like, oh, cool. This track at like that's very slow is going to go into the track that's very fast. Yeah. And I don't understand why they're not matching up. I don't get it. Yeah. But then I don't know, so many people stepped in to sort of show me little things and help me out, and I got my first gig through Sam Ecott, who does heaps gay stuff, but it was like a little bar somewhere. And
those parties are so good.
Well, the thing is, it wasn't even like a party set. It was just like a bar set. And my friends came. It was like 5 or 6 of my friends who I really love, and they just stood there and listened to me. I didn't even have headphones. And yeah, it just...
The idea is executed.
Yeah, and I just did it, and I went from there, and it's great. I really love it. I love it so much.
DJing?
Yeah.
Is DJing the project you're most proud of, do you think?
I don't know about like most proud of. The thing that I really love about DJing is that like it's something that I can do with lots of people. It's something that I can like do with friends if like they're DJs as well. We can just like have a fun mix time and like go like at each other's mixes and tracks, and that's so fun. But it's something that I can just sit and obsess over in my bedroom with no one else there and just like perfect a mix if I want it. Or I can like be in this room with 100 other people just like being stoked about this track. Like there's so many different ways you can get joy out of it.
Yeah.
And I love all of those ways.
It's back to community.
Yeah.
And it feels like you have the control over the faces.
Kind of. I mean, like...
I know, because I've heard DJs say before, it was just fun having control of a room and being able to change the energy whenever I wanted.
Yeah.
And having that power.
I really like it as like a conversation with everyone that's in the room to be like, this is what I'm putting forward, and like I'm gonna react to whatever you're giving back, and it's gonna be like this to and fro, and it's just good fun. It's just really fun when you just do a big ass backspin and everyone's like, what the fuck, and you're like, yeah.
I'm that dickhead in the front row as well that does these.
Oh my god, you do. I've seen it. He's not lying.
Wait, you've seen me do that?
I'm pretty sure I've seen you do that.
Where?
I can't remember. I just
were
know
you
I've
at
seen
the
it.
mall grab?
I wasn't, but I think I've seen you do it at least once. Just being like,
I did it there to pull, I don't know, what was it? Shit, I did it and he did it.
You did it?
And I was
my god.
And I was like at my peak Stan mall grab era where I saw him as like this demigod, and I was like,
that's really nice. That's really nice.
No, where would I have done that?
I don't know, my dude. I don't know.
Surely I did not do that to Skin on Skin. That's a level
do.
of disrespect that I'm not willing to commit to.
And yet you will do it to your idol.
Yeah, I'd rather do it to my idol. At Oxford Art Factory, it's a different thing.
True.
Bit of distance.
Who knows? But, yeah.
What were you DJing when you first started?
When I first started, a lot of the stuff... There was a really weird mix of things because I had a lot of, like... It was the lo-fi house sort of era. And also there was just a lot of, like, real chill shit that I really like. So I was mixing a lot of, like, really vibey, chill house. But also with Sidechains, it was, like... Most of the stuff that I really wanted to learn how to mix was at, like, 160 BPM insanity, like, sort of goth... goddamn remixes of stuff and like hectic SoundCloud internet sounding shit, and like that's the stuff that I learned how to mix on, which is very quick. So it's a good place
to start though in terms of a skill.
Yeah, it was just this huge mishmash, and like it's always been this huge mishmash. Like I can't tell you what genre I play. Exactly. I would give you a huge list. And so yeah, that's the sort of stuff that I started out playing, and then it sort of, I don't know, it was difficult because after Sidechains wrapped up, which was like early 2017-ish, maybe later.
Oh, I turned 18 as it closed, as it was dying down. So I turned 18 late, like mid 2017.
Yeah.
So it would have been around late 2017.
Just when I was getting to the point where I could have possibly like been someone who could have played like an early slot at Sidechains. Like it sort of wrapped up, and after that there wasn't really many places for me to do what I wanted to do.
No. There still isn't probably.
Well, like there are quite a few things that are popping up now, but at that point, like to be fair, like Akedi, I Hate Kalimi. Wait, no, not I. That's her Instagram handle. Kalimi, Flower Boy, and their friend Chris ran like Club Switch, and that was like something that came through at the time. But that also like they had like Hudson Ballroom obviously is now closed.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Good God. I never went to Good God. Fun fact.
I was too young.
Yeah, same.
Oh, we're both young, actually.
Yeah, we're both young. For anyone that's making you feel old, I don't know who you are who's old enough to have gone to Good God, but I hope you feel old.
Caitlin made me feel so youthful. Or I made her feel old.
Nice. The exchange.
Yeah,
the exchange.
But yeah.
You feel like a baby and they feel old. But yeah, there just like wasn't many places to play the music that I wanted. And like that's the struggle that I know a lot of people who play this kind of music have felt in Sydney, and just generally, I guess. And I guess it's also not like exclusive to like crazy high energy clubby kind of music, but I had like an identity crisis. I was like, oh God, no one wants to hear this. I should just play this instead. Me. But I came back to it.
Stay true to your guns. True to your guns.
I don't know, it's just a thing that I find most exciting and most interesting personally. And like, not everyone is about that, but that's okay. They don't have to be, because they have their thing that they love.
That's where longevity comes from, though. Like honesty and being true to yourself. Like, there's no longevity in anything unless it's completely honest, and because otherwise you're not going to want to do it after a certain amount of time. Yeah,
totally. You just have to be like kind of insane. You have to be like, I love this so much, and just do it. And
especially in music as well, given how much you get paid for the amount of work you put in, or especially on my side. You need to have like a nerd. You need to be a nerd for it.
That's the thing that I love about FBI, is that almost everyone who does work at FBI is there on a volunteer basis. And like, obviously there are issues with like a volunteer only, or like an unpaid, I guess, which is a harsher way of putting it, like position, because if you can't, I don't know, if you have rent to pay or you have other people's rent to pay, and you don't have that money and you don't have that time, then you're locked out of that. And I do think that there's issues with that, but for the people that can do it, I guess, like FBI is full of people who are there because they love it.
Exactly.
And you have to love it, because I don't know, if you're a presenter and you do all-nighters, like you need to be there from 1 till 6 in the morning on radio. And I don't know, past a certain point you gotta have love to fuel that shit. Because oh boy, you get tired. You get tired. You get sleepy. You want to go home, but you
push through.
That's what I really love about organizations like FBI, and I guess people like you as well who do things, and Caitlin, and like, just there are so many people in Sydney that do things with so much love. And I know Athletica is cool because I get to pay some people for it. Like I love that I get to pay the people that work and that do stuff at Athletica. I'm like, yes, take my money, please.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to fund you.
It would feel amazing though, to pay people. But anyway, FBI. How goes FBI? Let's talk about FBI as a cultural institution.
FBI
they're so important.
Really, really important. It's like a training facility essentially for so many people.
Just look at the people that have come out of FBI.
Yeah, like
it's unreal. That's what I mean. It's like I'm going through my head. It's like, how do I just?
FBI is incredible. I think like community radio generally is just a really important mouthpiece for people to express themselves and sort of be like, this is me, this is what I'm about, this is what we are about. Like, it's such an important place for people to get training in media. Like, I know so much purely from working at FBI, but there's also like other super important community radio stations like around Sydney as well who also do incredible things, like 2SCR or UTS also like function that same way, and like Radio Skid Row is like highlighting people especially from marginalized communities and like giving them media training and a mouthpiece. But FBI is where I am, and it's just like, it's really nice. It's really nice, and walking in and feeling like you're connected to what's happening in Sydney and what's happening in Australia as well. Like, we play 50% Australian music, half of that's from Sydney, so you look at the playlist that you're given and you can be like, these are all these amazing new artists and these new songs that I'm learning about, and I'm so excited.
Yeah.
And I don't know. FBI is wonderful.
Yeah, and you're proud. There's like a certain level of pride as well.
Yeah.
When you get a playlist like that and you actually enjoy the songs.
Yeah. And like, FBI, I don't think is afraid to put on artists that are doing stuff that's a little bit different or a little bit exciting. And like, I mean, when I was feeling really lost and I didn't know what music I wanted to play and I didn't know if there was like a place for the music that I want to play in Sydney, I would tune in Friday from 10. Sandro's show, like his set at Sidechains got me into this music. And like he has a show every Friday called Switch. And I would listen to that and I would just get like excited all over again. I'd be like, oh my God, this and and that and this is so cool. Oh my God, this is so exciting. And like, so in a lot of ways, like FBI kept me buoyed when I didn't know if there was somewhere where I could go with the music that I was playing. And obviously like I'm privileged in so many ways and I can feel comfortable in a lot of spaces that some people might not feel comfortable in by virtue of like all of these aspects of my identity, but it was still really nice to be able to have that when I felt lost. How'd
you like talk about a bit more boring, but what's the process getting to the point of your role at FBI?
So
what is your role at FBI?
So I am an all-nighter at the moment. I present some of the late shifts, the really, really late from 1 till 6 in the morning every second week, but I fill in a bunch of shows. So I've filled in for, oh my God, I did so much radio last week. I did my all-nighter, which was 1 to 6, and then I filled in for Sandra's show.
1 to 6 a.m.
1 to 6 a.m., by the way, yeah. For those playing at home, it's 1 to 6 a.m.
Yeah.
And then I filled in on Saturday lunch. I filled in for Sandra's show, which I've done a couple times. I was then on Spin the Bottle, but like they just get you, and if presenters can't come in and do their shows for whatever reason, they're like, hey, we need to fill in. You're like, hello.
Yeah.
And so that's my role at the moment. But the process was I got there and I didn't even want to be a presenter at first because I was like, oh, I don't know how to do that. Those people are so cool. I can't ever do that. Oh my God. I was a frontliner, which is you sit at the front desk and you answer emails, or you send emails to the appropriate people, or you delete the ones that are just spam. And you greet people who come in the door. You open the door because the door's always locked, or you open the garage door, and sometimes you wash the dishes. and that's what you do. And and I started there, and then I was doing social media stuff for All the Best, which is a podcast that they have, which is also highlighting audio makers in Sydney and Australia and beyond who are making their own like audio pieces, whether they're like fiction or non-fiction, and that's also like a really important training ground for a lot of people. So I was doing their social media, and then I was producing Up For It. When Lucy, oh my God, I was so excited to produce that show. I used to work a cafe job in the city, and I'd have to get up so early to do the like 45-minute train ride in. And I would be standing on the train platform at 6 a.m. listening to FBI. And this is when Lucy Smith was presenting Up For It. And she'd tune in and I'd be like, yeah, it's Lucy. And I was like a chronic text. I'd be like, yeah, I love this song. Or like all that sort of stuff. So I was so stoked to produce that show when she was doing it. And then she moved on. She's now at Triple J doing insane things. She's such a talented presenter.
They just steal everyone, don't they?
Yes. And then, wait, what did you say?
They steal everyone.
Oh my God, no, I didn't want to agree to that. I didn't actually hear what you said, and then I was like, oh yeah, no, they don't steal anyone. FBI is like a feeder for them. It's like a feeder for them. Like,
that was a joke.
And I was like, wait, no, what am I agreeing to? But now like, Ruby Miles is doing it. Yeah. And then from there, because I'd been a producer, I think I was a producer for around about 10 months. That was like 5 a.m. starts on every Tuesday. They fast-tracked me and a few other people to be an all-nighter, and that's what I've been doing for the past X amount of time.
Do you enjoy doing the all-nighter?
I really do. I really like doing all-nighters because FBI, the first like proper show that I ever listened to on FBI was like by myself with my own volition, at least the one that sticks out of my mind. I don't know how accurate this is, but I couldn't sleep, and it was like 5 a.m, and I felt like shit, and I tuned into FBI. And there was just like someone talking, I don't even know what they were talking about. They were talking about like iTunes. And I was like, someone's there.
Yeah.
And that was really comforting to me. that someone was like sitting in a room in Redfern just picking the music and talking shit, and I really loved that. So I really have a special place in my heart for all-nighters, and even though a lot of people, it's difficult, I am a student and like my job is DJing, so I don't have like, I have a lot of commitments, but I do it because I love it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
How much, like, when you're an all-nighter, how much freedom do you have over the stuff that gets played?
You get to play, you can pick around like 5 or so songs or more, which doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're like filling an hour,
yeah, exactly.
you can pick like several songs of your own. And like what I like to do is go through and sort of try to find like through lines in songs, like, oh, this one reminds me of this, X song reminds me of this, so I'm gonna play this now, and that and that and that. And I do like, I'll always slot in stuff that I love, and like that's what every presenter does, and that's why each show has its own flavor, because people can like express their personality through the songs that they're really loving right now. And yeah.
Where do you see your future at FBI now? Or are you content with how you are now, do you feel?
I mean...
Well, obviously you're going to be content.
I mean, I think I'm going... Well, at the moment, I have a show on Nomad Radio. Yeah. So, I don't know. I'm going to see how that goes. I'm not like planning it out too rigidly at the moment. But yeah, I'm concerned about doing my show well on Nomad Radio.
Exactly. So that's an Athletica. That's called Athletica,
yeah.
is it?
So my Nomad show, it's like a specialty show. Nomad's internet radio station that's just popped up.
Who's that put on by?
His name's Oscar Watson.
Yeah, that guy is everywhere. I reckon I've seen him everywhere.
Yeah, and he's doing this really cool thing, and just like, I mean, FBI only has so much like space on a grid, and like, it's all of these people who have a chance to like put on a show and be like, this is me, and or like, this is the stuff I like, and this is the people I like, and I think that's really cool. So I'm doing a show there, and that's like 2 hours of me having a mix, talking some shit, talking about the next party I'm throwing, and hopefully like getting in a guest to do a mix and that sort of stuff. Having a bit of an interview, a bit of a yarn.
No, you can't do that now. This is I'm joking. This is my space. You can't do
God.
interviews. I'm the interview guy.
No, I'm interviewing you now.
I'm going to say something.
Yeah.
Just to play devil's advocate.
Okay.
Are we too culturally dependent on FBI?
I think it's a choice that the listener can make, because there's so much in Sydney. Like, if you don't want to listen to FBI, you can listen to Triple J, you could listen to 2SER, you can listen to Skid Row, you can listen to like so many other stations. You can listen to NTS. I don't think we're culturally dependent on it. I think like an area of Sydney or a subset of people might like look very specifically to FBI, but I do think there's like so many people beyond that look in so many different areas and in so many different places for the things that they like.
Good, I agree entirely. I think that independent promoters and media outlets now are at the absolute, like, are growing very neatly, I'll say, and it's awesome to see that. Yeah. Like, we got like think about all the new promoters coming out as well. Yeah. So sick. And like the new parties coming through. No, there's media outlets. And like all that sort of thing. It's so exciting, I think.
Yeah. Lots of stuff is happening that's really exciting.
What sort of things are you playing on the Nomad? Similar to your DJ sets, or do you feel it's a bit more? Yeah,
it's essentially a DJ set for me for 2 hours.
Oh, right. So you're actually mixing.
Well, yeah. So I go in and there's decks, and I mix for like. Oh yeah, I didn't make that clear. I go in and there's decks, and I mix for like. That's sick. A set period of time, and then I'm like, these are all the songs. Yeah. And yeah, I just try to showcase the stuff that's new, or the stuff that I think is important or exciting, and all that sort of stuff.
Where do you find either the time or even all the tracks to do a 2-hour show? Like,
I have so much music, dude, and I don't have as much music as like people I know, but I don't know, you're always constantly on the lookout for stuff. You hear it in other people's mixes, or when you're out, or like just having a dig through what's new, or especially as like I've met a lot of people who make music in Sydney. Like, they're on my Instagram feed or Twitter, and I see that they put a new track out, and I can check that out. Bandcamp, following people on Bandcamp and seeing when they have new releases. digging through all of that sort of stuff. I feel like I still have like a chip on my shoulder about not being as good at researching music as I should be.
Yeah.
But I try really hard, and yeah, you just need to be able to like, I mean, like I can play a 2-hour set.
Yeah.
I can play a 3-hour set. I've played like a 7-hour set before.
Yeah.
It's just like part of, I don't like calling it a job. It's like part of the job, I guess.
Part of the gig.
Part of the gig. It's part of the gig. You need to be able to do that sort of stuff.
You also run events though.
I do. I run a party.
Where did that start? Because I assume that it was DJing first.
Well, yeah, I was.
And then FBI.
Yes. So, well, no,
FBI,
FBI,
relatively new.
FBI, and then DJing,
right.
And then, I wanted to start Athletica because I wanted somewhere to hear the music that I love played by people that I admire. I wanted a place to be able to play the music that I like as well. And I wanted there to be a place for us to sort of gather, I guess, because I don't know, something that Sidechains was, because like, I don't know, I wouldn't know that any of this was here without Sidechains. I wanted to like have that space that people could come in, talk to each other, dance, have a good time, and that someone like could come downstairs and be like, oh, what's this? Oh, crap, shit, this is here. And like, I wanted to have a space that people could stumble upon this music. I just wanted to have a space for community, essentially, which exactly. I felt wasn't here in Sydney, or
This wasn't being tapped into.
Not even necessarily being tapped into, just like wasn't something that someone had made. And there was like so much happening, like what I mentioned before, like Switch, with a Y, which was run by Kalimi, Flower Boy, and Chris. That was like something that happened, and there were lots of like little bubbles of people doing things. So obviously I don't want to be like, I'm the only person doing it, because I think that's dumb. There's so many people doing really, really cool stuff, but I just wanted to sort of have a space for it all to mush together. At
the same time as well, even though there are other people, the more the merrier.
Yeah.
And given the culture in Sydney dance music as well, everyone's so friendly anyway.
Yeah, totally.
It's all competition. Like, it's all like, if one person's wins, we all win together. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and like, I think one thing that would make me really happy is if more parties like Athletica
came up because you started.
Well, not even came up because I started, but just came up. So like, I want to be able to go to those parties. I want to be able to like, and things like that are happening at the moment, like Milk Teeth Club, run again by Kalimi and Flower Boy, Club Unido by Looney, Ride or Buy, which is happening at the Bearded Tit, has like a lot of like queer pop music, so like ballroom, that sort of stuff is being played there, which is really cool and has like a bit of a clubby bent to it. And like, there are lots of things that are beginning to pop up now, which is really exciting. And yeah, I think genuinely the more the merrier. I would love if people were throwing parties like this. That would make me so happy. And they are, which is really, really, really cool. And Third Space as well. Third Space, which happened, one of them happened yesterday, had Jessica Kalimi on with Scylla, Index, and Aka, which was off. They were all part of the FBI dance class. They're also putting together stuff that's like a little bit left of center, a little bit weird. But that's also very specifically to champion marginalized artists and marginalized music.
Unreal.
Yeah.
What is your...
I just talked a lot.
No, it's fine.
I got a little bit lost, but...
I put this on, it's like, at the same time, people can listen, whatever. I want to learn too.
Yeah.
Especially if it's something that's a bit further out of my reach in dance music. Yeah. So the fact that you're just yarning is the best thing, because I can just sit and listen and be like, oh, cool. Okay. You know what I mean? So it's fun. So I'm like, I'm actually listening and educating myself.
Beautiful.
What was the toughest thing about throwing Athletica 1 that you didn't think you'd run into?
Well, to start on a positive, one of the things that like not surprised me, but like made me really happy was when I first started, all of these people were willing to help me out. Like Denzel Sterling of Sidechains, who is a friend of mine, was like, yeah, I'll get a beer and just like talk to you about this for like 4 hours.
Yeah.
And I was like, mad. And like he did all the graphic design and did an incredible job of it. And then like I had all of these other, like my friend Venus put together all the visuals for it. Nema of Dark Cinema was like, here, I'll lend you a projector, like at like a cut rate. And like all of these people stepped up to really just boost this, which just blew my mind. It was so wonderful. The thing that was hard was that sometimes things happen and they're outside of your control and there's nothing you can do about it. So there was like an issue with the venue that like, it was just like human error and no one could have foresaw it, and just this domino effect that meant that I had to change the date of the party from 1 week to the next. And I was like, oh my God, this has never happened before. And this means that, as in like, this party has never happened before. And all of a sudden I have to change the date and I'm this and that and blah. Like that there are lots of things, you could do everything perfectly or as close to perfectly as you think you can get. And then
still go wrong.
Yes, shit can still hit the fan and you just have to roll with that. And that was like, cool. Yeah, and that sort of stuff was hard to realize. And I'm still learning it. Like, it being really full 1 second and then everyone goes out for smoke and it's empty. Oh my God, no, well, like, just learning the ebbs and flows and learning how to roll with punches was something that is and continues to be difficult, but is something that I'm trying to learn from.
Exactly, yeah.
So I can know things and be better at stuff.
It's probably been one massive learning experience. Did you throw any parties before Athletica?
No,
or was
this was actually I did a little thing with Nap Girls, which Maddie Carr, who's now moved all the way over to England. Bye, Maddie.
Don DJ as well.
Miss you. Yeah, she's an incredible DJ. Her and Jen, and we put on a party at Botany View Hotel just on a Sunday with like some acts that we really liked, and that was really cool. And that was like, I didn't really do much of the organizing of that, but I got like a little taster and I was like, oh, this isn't as insanely difficult and impossible as I thought it would be. So that was kind of like a little taster. But no, I'd never run like a thing by myself before.
Is Athletica all you pretty much entirely?
I mean, like, I have a lot of people who help me. Yeah. Like, as I said, Denzel Sterling did all the designed the logo and did all of the graphics to start off the party with. My friend Sunny Lay has designed 2 of the posters. Matt Kerr from down in Melbourne, who's also an incredible graphic designer, did one of the posters as well. Like, there's a lot of stuff that I can't do myself. As I said, like, Nema from Dark Cinema did all that sort of stuff. But I guess, like, I'm at the center of it, deciding all of this stuff. Yeah. So I do all the marketing and I like write all the bios for all of the artists, and it was me who was like, I'm gonna design the space like that. Yeah. Essentially, I do it by myself. Yeah. It's all Athletica. Oh God, I do have a funny story there.
If there's a place to do it.
Oh my God, it was like, I think it was Athletica 3. And all the people were helping me set up, but then they either hadn't got there yet or they'd left. And I was literally like taping shit to the walls. I was like taping up posters. And this guy comes down and he says, oh, do you work with the Athletica guys?
Oh my God.
And I'm like, oh, cool. I am the Athletica guys.
See this?
Mad. It's me.
See this?
All of this, it's me. And he was like, oh, cool. Hey. And I was like, oh, you kidding? It's just me, and I'm taping up the poster. But that's like, it's all me, and it's fun, and I love it. It's a lot of work, but
on a brighter note, though, what's your favorite moment ever at an Athletic,
or
some of the best moments at Athletica parties?
Oh my God! I mean, Sorta Goth had her retirement set at the first ever Athletica. Like, she was the Sidechains like mainstay. And like, it was cool to have been like so inspired by that, and then have her do her, and she's like a friend as well, so it was also really nice. But like, have her do her final set there was just like other moments, just like coming down and seeing people who I love, who I don't get to see play out as often as I think they should be. like do sets that they're really excited about. Like the moments I love are when like the DJs that I've had on are like,
drop
that
names,
was
drop
sick.
names, drop names.
Like Atro came in for Athletica 2 back in, I think it was February or March. Yeah, March. And was like, he wanted to play a footwork set or a 160 BPM like insanity set. And he was like, oh, I can never play these BPMs. Like people always like get wigged out by it, but he got up and he did it and everyone fucking loved it. And he was just like, this is amazing. And he was just like so stoked, and like seeing just like Abatonia and Jastic played, and like everything that they were just like, I just love seeing the people they book have so much fun and have like all of these people around like love this thing and have such a good time. Like I can't pick a moment, like I don't know, seeing like at the first Athletica when everyone was still like not quite sure, like when Sandro Delamy got up and he like started his set, and all of a sudden like the crowd is just up the front and having an insane time, and like it's just there's so many little bits of people connecting with each other and just like having a goddamn blast. I remember one of them. Okay, I do have a moment. I have a moment.
The moment.
It was the first ever Athletica, and I was playing like the opening set, because I played the opening set for the 10 till 11, and then the 3 till 4.
Yeah.
Wow. Because I don't want to put someone on like bang on it, and I can do that. I've done those sets. It's fine. I want to showcase people. I don't want to showcase me. I was like playing, and I always would feel this like little twinge in me if I played something that was like a little bit too weird, and I was playing like a Near Las Vegas song. I just chucked it on, and normally I would have like been like, oh god, like is this crowd? But I was like, hey, this is my party. This is what this is about. And I was like, I can play this, and it's fine. Yeah. And that was just like and honestly, surely, like, to be honest, I probably could have done that in a million other venues and it would have also been fine. But like that anxiety just wasn't there anymore. And I was like, I can do this. Exactly. Yeah. And it was just so nice. And yeah, I really love my little thing. Yeah. And I'm really, really glad that other people like it too. Because it would just be me in a room without other people.
I still haven't come to one.
Parry!
Next Friday though.
Parry!
Next Friday though.
For God's sake!
They're always
Parry!
On when something else is on. I'm like, oh.
That's okay. That's fine. No, I get it. But it's also like not, you love house and you love hip hop. And like, those are the things that you want to go to. So I completely understand.
At the same time though, you should be encouraging people like me to see something different.
Come see something different. I mean, like, I think the next one's going to be really, really fun and really interesting. So I would come along to that. Please. Fun. You don't have to, but if... Thank you.
I'll be there. Next Friday.
Next Friday, August 2nd, at Tokyo Singsong, from 10 until... Also, this is going to be going to air, like, way after the party has happened, right?
Yeah, sorry.
Cool. I'm not going to give you all the details, but I will say that Index, Kalimi, Rydeen, Katare, FK, DJ Sezo up from Melbourne are all playing, and I'm sure it's happened now. And I hope it was really cool. It was really cool. Well, and we had a lot of fun.
If you guys don't see that I'm there and I put this out, call me out.
Parry, I hope you came to this goddamn party.
No,
you didn't have to, but like, it would have been nice to see you.
I will do.
You know.
It's gonna be like midnight. I'm gonna stumble in.
Oh my god.
Like I always do.
Like, hey! And you're gonna be like, hey.
Who's this? Oh, jokes. Joking.
Jesus.
Yeah. What do you think maybe outside of like the organising sense, more culturally or community-wise, what the biggest challenge is having a party in Sydney? If there is any.
I mean, there are definitely challenges. I think there can be a lot of pressure to conform to certain standards of cool and what is interesting. And like, obviously, those aren't standards that people have to conform to, and you should do your own thing. But I think through social media, through, I don't know, seeing what goes well and going to a night, like say your night doesn't go well and you're like, oh God, like people don't give a shit about this. Like, it can be really hard to want to jump up and be like, I'm just going to do my thing and fuck it. Like having that fuck it moment can be really difficult. Because the scene is small and there aren't many of us, and Like, it can be difficult to get people out to a night if they don't know what the fuck they're going for, or if you don't, I don't know, spark something in someone.
Yeah.
And like, it's always a risk. Like, I mean, we're talking culturally, but logistically, like, I had the idea for Athletica halfway through 2018, and then I worked for like 6 months to save enough money to feel like I would feel even vaguely comfortable putting on a party, because I was fully expecting that I was going to lose a ton of money.
Yeah.
And like, that's the reality for so many people. And like, it has been the reality for me. I have lost money on Athletica in like some respects. So it's a big leap to make when you don't know whether or not it's going to fully work.
Yeah.
And Sydney is a city that has high rent rates. If you don't live at home, you've got like, I'm lucky enough to live at home.
Same.
I have so, like, the thing is, if I didn't live at home, I don't think I would have been able to put on Athletica. Yeah. Like, that's just the reality of it. Like, maybe I wouldn't have made that leap, and maybe I wouldn't have felt comfortable taking that risk. So, yeah. Pay for your gigs. If you're going out somewhere and you can pay for it, don't ask for door. Just give them your goddamn money, because people need it.
Exactly.
People really need it. And if we, genuinely, and like, if we...
No, you do not understand how happy I am that you said that.
Yeah, and like, I'm incredibly privileged to be able to live at home, to be able to make enough money, to be able to, I don't know, come from a wealthy family. Yeah. But if you don't have that safety net there, it is exponentially more difficult. And I think that's, like, we're talking about what's culturally difficult to throw a party in Sydney. If you're not rich, it's hard.
Yeah. At the same time that you've recognized your privilege and you're making the absolute most of it to be able to give back. Do you know what I mean?
I do want to pay people. Like, that's something that like makes me really stoked, is that I can pay my friends.
Yeah. And
I can pay the people that I admire. But yeah, I think if like, I think the real cultural challenge is being able to overcome things so everyone can throw shit if they want to.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Money sucks.
Money's hell. We live in a capitalist hellscape, Parry. Capitalist hellscape. But it's okay, because global warming's gonna kill everything in 30 years.
Did you say that shit about the Face app? Let me hit it.
Oh, yeah. But
like,
at this point, they have all of our data I'm like...
No, I'm talking about, it's like, yeah, the Face app is cool, but none of us are going to be alive then anyway when we're that old.
Oh, neat. Yeet. I thought you were talking about the fact that it's owned by Russians and they now like own pictures of
That's
your
the thing
face.
about data as well. I don't give a fuck. Like, everyone already has everything.
I mean, I put like a thing over my laptop, like webcam, but like, I'm sure they can get to our phones as well. And it's just like, dude,
but we know someone's watching this live through my
probably.
computer.
Hey, like, I'm not that interesting.
Yeah,
like, the fact that you've talked to me for this long is like mad. But like,
we've just begun.
Some like some like dude sitting on a laptop, like, there's so many more interesting people to blackmail with data than me. That's how I feel about it.
This is my argument as well. It's like, if they're going to take my data and be able to advertise products that they know I'm going to like, oof, what's the loss in that? It's like, if they're going to push Carhartt to me because they know I like Carhartt, it's like, okay. I don't want to see some brand I don't like in my feed. I want my feed to be tailor-made for me.
Oh, God, Zuck would love you.
Who's that?
Mark Zuckerberg.
Oh, Zuck.
Yeah,
Shout out Zuck.
Shout out Zuck.
Making my life so easy.
Jesus. Thanks, bud.
How have we got here?
I don't know. We're talking about money as hell. Yeah. What else?
A bit more culturally, not so specific to Louisa. How do you feel about Sydney dance music right now? Positive? Neutral?
I think we're
on the up?
One thing that I find interesting is that both of us came of age after lockouts.
Yep.
I have a lot of friends who experienced Sydney during, like, before lockouts and before, like, the decline, I guess. I think what we're seeing now is a lot of people are coming up who don't have that sense of, like, intense loss that the people who used to go to Good Garden, used to be able to go out until like 6 a.m. in the morning. Yeah, have stamps all the way up their arms because they're out until 7 in the morning. Like, we never experienced that, so we don't have that same despair, I guess.
Well, congrats, by the way. I'll say it. I don't give a fuck. Yeah.
And there are people who have that energy that maybe watching like everything that happened to Sydney after lockouts, some of that energy was taken away from people who used to be like, yeah, they're like, oh, it's not what it used to be. Like, I don't know what the fuck it used to be. I don't know what the fuck it used to be. I just know that I want to do something that I like and something that's cool and something that I can dance with my friends. Like, I think that energy is coming in and we're getting a bit of a second wind, which I think is really cool. I think that people say that shit's dead, but if you look at an event page, I don't know, there's like 3 different things that clash tomorrow and I want to go to all of them. Like,
what are they? Let's do it.
Oh, actually no, it's tonight. I want to go to the Winter Ball. It's being put on by House of Slay. They have an after party as well. Swarm at Chingalings is going on. There's also just like there's just stuff that's happening.
Harpy and Harry's exists.
Harpy and Harry's exists. Like, there's also just like, I don't know, there's also like a thing at PAC tonight. There's just so much that people care so much and they try so hard. There was this girl from California. Was it from California? I think so.
Give it to her.
Her name was Mariana and she's the best. If you're watching this, Mariana, I love you. She came all the way here.
Oh, what?
She came all the way here because she was writing a dissertation on Sydney lockout laws and how they affected culture in Sydney. And the one thing she noticed was that people here are resilient and persistent as fuck. And they will put on a party. Like, if they can't put on a party in Marrickville in a warehouse because they're being shut down, hell, they're going to move to the place with a 24-hour license and put on community chest there. Yeah. Like, or they're going to, like, find whatever venue they can and do their, like, goddamn best. Like, people want to dance and they want to come together and they want to play the things that they like and be creative, and I don't think that anyone's gonna stop that.
Yeah.
And that's so cool. So I do think, like, I think this year, especially in like my world of music, like a lot more stuff is beginning to pop up, and I'm really excited to see where that goes.
Yeah, it's awesome. And you see the venues getting bigger as these parties or promoters progress, which is so sick.
Dude, like Universal has like come up, and like I've never been in a venue that is like a big super club vibe before.
Shout out Settings. Like, oh my
dude,
God.
Settings.
I need to hit them up so badly. They are the dons.
Oh my God, yeah, dude. Like,
I wish I went to that Venus X.
Oh my God, Venus X. I just saw her on stage and my whole heart did everything. Like, I don't.
Did you go to that show alone?
I did. No, I didn't go. I didn't go to it alone. I went to it with some friends, but. Yeah.
Shout out to the people that go out to clubs alone and dance and make friends.
Do you go out alone?
No, our friendship circle is a
tight knit boy.
No, we're just a bubble. We all what's it called when you're in a circle and everyone just feeds each other?
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about? Though.
Yeah, I do know.
We're like that.
Yeah.
So
that's nice. But you can all like hang out with each other.
Shout out to the people that go to gigs alone and brave that out, because they are the people. They are the best. When
I first went out, that was all I did.
Yeah.
I went to Laneway by myself.
That's sick.
I went to Laneway by myself, the most hungover I've ever been in my life, and I loved it. I didn't love it. I loved it after 5 p.m., which is when my hangover like went away. But yeah, dude, going out to things I met like Lex Deluxe, Lexi.
She was on.
She's
on.
Episode
3.
Yeah, beautiful Lexi. Love her so much. Incredible. She's gone so far and done so many amazing things. I'm so proud of her, and she's so talented. But I met Lexi and I met my friend Maria D. Grade, who played at Athletica 4. I met Maria because I went to summer dance by myself, and I was dancing in the toilet line, and she was too, because we could hear the music and we're just like having a
Which summer dance?
Oh my God, I can't remember. I can't remember. It was 2017. It was 2017. Okay. I can't remember. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
I'm just trying to find if I was there.
Oh, maybe. CC Disco played.
Headlined?
I don't think so. Someone else headlined.
Oh, because I went
and it started raining. It was raining. Do you remember when it rained?
No, I wasn't there.
It was really, really, really hot, and then the skies opened, and it was beautiful. But I met Lexi and Maria because I went to summer dance by myself, and they're fucking incredible.
Yeah.
It was really nice.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
That's unreal.
Yeah. Going things by yourself is the best.
I know, that's the best.
Do it.
I need to
do it. It's really fun.
I'll come to Athletica alone.
Do it!
Friends? Fuck my friends.
Aww.
I want to be alone. I hate you all. If you're listening to this, friends, I hate you.
Oh, he doesn't mean it.
I'm joking.
He doesn't mean it.
Because for when I get 23 views on this, it's going to be me and my friends. I'm joking.
Yeah, fair. And like one of them is going to be my mum.
I hope not. You've been swearing.
Yeah, but oh no, she would be mad at me for that. Love you, Mum.
What else? Who are you most excited about artist-wise in Sydney right now? Or generally in electronic music?
That's an interesting question. I think that, Nina Las Vegas I'm always excited about because everything, so much of what she puts out just blows my mind every time. And so much of what NLV Records puts out just blows my mind. So like in that sort of area of people, like Nin Jirachi, her music's insane.
Shout out Nins.
And she's sick. She's so nice.
She's got a sound. She's got a shout on every episode.
Oh yeah, she deserves it. We
haven't mentioned Morgrab on this episode though.
Oh my god,
and he was on every episode so far.
Really?
So
Interesting.
This is the first one.
I think that.
Oh, jokes. Yes, we did.
We did. We talked about him at the start, but you brought him up. Morgrab, you're great.
I'm a sinner.
You are. But what else? I think Calypso is an artist who's doing really, really cool stuff. She has such an interesting voice. And her music is so it's just fun and bouncy and colorful and exciting and technical and weird. Love it.
You talk about colors a lot.
Yeah. I'm very colorful.
Shout out to your hair.
I'm very colorful. What else? I'm sure there's people I'm gonna look back and be like, oh, I don't talk about this person.
Shout out everyone.
There's also who else? Don Tachi is putting out really fun and exciting pop music. There's Coda Banks is doing the same as a vocalist. There's also, oh my god, there's so many people, and it's like they're all blocked in my mind, and there's so many people who do really cool things.
How about this?
What?
If you want to find out Louisa's list, Nomad Radio.
Oh my god, Nomad Radio.
There's second
Thursday of every month from
research.
Oh my god, from 6 to 8. From
and
6 to 8 on Nomad Radio. It's an online radio station. You can tune in 6 to 8, second Thursday of every month. I'm going to be there yelling about the things that I love because there's so many things that I love.
Exactly. And her full list will be there of the people that you should check out because she'll be playing them.
So many people. Oh my god.
Awesome. So that way, that's a good way to make it so that you... Oh, shout out.
Oh, Jesus. Godlands just put out a hectic EP. She's from Adelaide. Moonbase is doing exciting stuff as well, also in that trappy vein. There's so many people.
Yeah. Two more questions.
Okay, cool.
Be quick though, because I want to get food before the kitchen closes.
Yes.
First one is favorite boiler room ever. I've asked everyone.
Oh my god.
Or top, just list off the dons, the best ones.
Oh Jesus. I watched this. I can't believe after I thought I wasn't going to mention Mulgrab, but I watched this Mulgrab boiler room.
Which one? Paris?
It was Paris.
What
yeah.
Does he open
this
with?
Was when I first started DJing. I watched this Mulgrab boiler room.
That is the greatest.
And I really loved it, and I rinsed it, and I went through that track list, and that was what I that it just holds a special place. Oh my god, Jensen Interceptor as well as an artist that's doing really cool stuff.
Yes,
Sorry.
unreal.
Backtrack. Yeah, Mulgram's one was really fun. But also all the shit that's coming out of the UK right now that I Had a Dream is putting on in London is insane. Obviously the Shirelle boiler room fucking blew up. But there was an Emma Rose boiler room that was really cool. God, there are just so many. Near Las Vegas did one that was mad. Anyway, go on. What was the second question? Yeah.
You have to call someone out to sit in the hot seat.
Call someone out to sit in the hot seat with you?
Pull up? Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Call them out. Who should I get on?
Oh, my God. Fuck. I
already messaged Sandro.
Obviously.
So should he pull up?
Yeah, obviously.
Call him out.
Obviously. I'm pretty sure he messaged you back and you didn't reply.
Did you get those receipts?
Yeah.
Those screenshots? Oh no.
He's trying to pull up.
He'll come in next week.
Yeah.
Guarantee if Sandro is not the next episode after Louisa, cancel me.
You're right, I'm cancelling you.
Cancel.
I'm gonna preemptively cancel you and then try to retract it later.
But when you have
Parry's
to promote promo this interview.
Yeah, Parry's cancelled.
Done. I'll happily be cancelled.
Aww.
Jokes don't. Please don't.
Please.
Louisa Thurn. I don't even know how long that went for, but that was a fucking epic conversation.
That was a really long conversation.
Shout out to the Lord Gladstone Hotel, of course. VB.
Very
sponsor us. Shout out Athletica. Nomad.
Athletica.
Coda Banks. Who else have we mentioned?
Follow Athletica on Instagram. It's Athletic it's Athletica and then 2 A's at the end, and it's the same on Facebook. And
all the socials
you can get all the details.
In the bio as well.
Oh man, I don't care. I'm not going to say them. But Eyes a Blue Tick on Instagram.
That's going to be the most iconic name. Woo!
One day I'll get a blue tick, and then I'll have to get rid of the blue tick because it will be Eyes a Blue Tick, blue tick.